Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Stacey Callahan, publisher of Luxe Interiors and Design, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami, Naples, and Sarasota. We have 3 editions in this great region. At Luxe, we champion the art of elevated living and inspire you to connect with those who create it. In our new series, Luxe Local, that is exactly what we plan to do: inspire you and connect you with the artisans that created it. Throughout 2022, we will highlight our regional partners from our 15 regions at Luxe Interiors and Design. And while I can't favor any of my regions, there's no surprise that we're starting this series in Palm Beach, Florida. Welcome to Nautilus 220, which was the vision of Peter Baytarian, managing partner of Forest Development. This remarkable project, when complete, will have 2 24-story towers, 330 residences, 2 waterfront restaurants, and more amenities than you can dream of. Today, we will be giving you insider access into Nautilus 220 and letting your senses experience these views and what it would feel like to call Nautilus 220 home. To get started, for those less familiar, Nautilus 220 is situated in the Palm Beaches, 20 minutes north of West Palm Beach Airport on the Intercoastal with the most stunning, unobstructed views. Here to share a taste of what it feels like to reside at this stunning development is Stephen G. of Interiors by Stephen G. and Mark Anthony Malika, who is the Senior Vice President of Sales for Nautilus 220. Good morning. So I hear you guys have one of the coolest offices around, unlike anything I've ever seen. Stephen, we would love to hear from your filter, your incredible vision on the floating sales gallery and the model residence on the barge.
When I had met Peter and we had numerous meetings and we started to talk about presentation, and I said, are we doing a sales center? Where are we going to be marketing from? Where is the sales team going to be? He looked at me and he said, it's an issue right now because we have a very tight site and I can't impede on construction. So I looked at him and I said, but you're on a marina. Why don't we build a floating barge? Have the sales team and the sales center on ground floor and a full-blown model apartment on the second floor. And he looked at me and he said, that's brilliant. And he actually moved forward immediately and ordered the barge, which is the base of the project, to be built. And then it was sort of tugged here from Louisiana or somewhere, put on site, and we actually built the 2-story scenario, which not only gives you the full-blown model apartment, which people have loved, it gives the sales team from both levels the excitement about what this project is really about.
It's a completely experiential sales barge. I've had the chance of experiencing it myself. It is amazing what you all have crafted here.
Thank you. And you know, the ether of the project is not only the intracoastal, but the width of the intracoastal. And then to be able to see the ocean as well, based on the way the building is constructed and the floor you're on, it's almost like the building has 2 faces. You have a day face and a night face, and they're both so exciting and so different. I'm sitting here right now looking at, of course, the day view, and the glistening of the sun on the bay is just unbelievable. And in the background, there's the ocean. So most of us know when you're on the ocean at night, unless there's a full moon, you look into darkness. Now, from Nautilus 220, at night, you don't have to worry about seeing the ocean because the Intracoastal Waterway is alive.
It's a breathtaking view, and I know we all shared before we started this segment that it is a stunning day in Florida today. And unfortunately, because we are on video, we can't turn it around for everybody else to experience it, which is more the reason for them to come and have a moment with Mark in the sales center. Stephen, my understanding is that your vision is going to carry throughout Nautilus 220. You have a moment that you're going to do in the lobby, and then you're going to do some of the other amenities on the 6th floor. Can you share a little bit more? Oh, how pretty.
So we are totally 5-star. And that's a strange word to be used in the world of condominiums today. When I sat with Peter said, listen, this is the launching pad for us to do other projects in the future that we are very excited about. He said, I have to deliver to my buyers world class. And we worked for months in developing an organic lifestyle with amenity driven that will never go out of style. It will be as amazing today as it will be 10 years from now. And, you know, most people are surprised and some shocked that I happen to be a buyer at Nautilus personally.
Not just one, right? 2 times over?
I bought 2 units. I'm very excited about that. And, you know, Peter looked at me and he said, you just love the project. I said, how can you not? If you are coming to live in South Florida, if you stand on this site and in this sales center and just look out the window, you have to fall in love. You have to say, this is paradise. I'm leaving New York. I'm leaving LA. I'm leaving Philadelphia. And, you know, and people are really running here and the sales speak for themselves.
Mark, you need him on your sales team.
I know, all right? That's a wrap.
I know, seriously.
I already purchased one, but I'm now thinking about buying another one.
Mark, for those that are viewing in right now, you are a leading point on selling these beautiful residences. So having a canvas like this is just an opportunity for all. Can you share a little bit more about the scale of the units and what the offerings are?
Well, it is an extraordinary tool that we have here. And we feature 1 to 4 bedroom residences, 1,100 square feet to 3,400 square feet. We have a wide range of penthouses, sky suites, 2-story townhomes, harborside residences, and the terraces often accommodate a plunge pool or a hot tub, outdoor kitchenette and private terraces. It's really a celebration of outdoor living on our terraces.
Amazing. So there's something unique. There are many unique facets to Nautilus 220. Something that caught my eye was when I was talking with you all in that amazing barge, the sales barges. Tell me about the guest suites. So I'd never heard of something like this before. To me, for anybody that's possibly interested, I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. I think that speaks to the 5 stars that Stephen was talking about. The guest suites are located on the 6th floor amenity deck. They're full efficiency apartments, about 700 square feet, and they'll be available to residents to provide for guests or family that are visiting. It is just another remarkable feature.
So smart. I mean, so smart, just so on point and exactly what the homeowner would want, right? So a guest residence, you don't have to worry about putting them up in your own home. They're going to have their own spot there. Mark, walk us through a little bit about this very long list of beautiful amenities that are 5 stars. So here we're looking at the gorgeous pool photo. I know there are many others that you want to share with us.
Well, it is the most highly amenitized development in Southeast Florida, certainly the Palm Beaches. We're looking here at a full acre amenity deck with a resort pool, a Brazilian yoga deck. The list just goes on and on. There's a putting green, an off-leash dog park, and 2 different spas. And that's just the one pool that we have.
Mark, I know there's an extensive list of amenities, but there are a few key amenities that you wanted to highlight for us. So please.
Well, we wanted Nautilus 220 to be a destination of its own. So we're super excited about, we have a restaurant by Chef David Burke. We're also along a marina, so our owners will be able to get slips and dry dock. It's all in one. It's all there.
What did you tell me, Mark? You're 35% sold out.
Sales have gone just fantastic. And we tell residents that we have every amenity that you could think of, and then some that would never enter your mind.
Well, I know that we've given everybody something to think about. The most important thing I know for Stephen, he kept saying over and over, is the views. And so for any of you that are interested in this, we'll have some information for you guys to check out Nautilus 220 on their site to experience the views. But if anybody wants the waterfront lifestyle, the most luxurious amenities, we certainly know Nautilus 220 is what they want to call home. Gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. We'll talk to you soon. With all the development and home renovations that are taking place in residential design, we're leading into one of our great partners to help us dress up our space of our homes. I'm thrilled to be speaking with Linda Payton, National Sales Director of Sklar Furnishings, and Camilla Harisick, one of Sklar's architects and senior designers. This lovely duo is going to walk us through Sklar Furnishings' story and what I like to call the why behind the buy. Linda, Camilla, welcome.
Yay, thanks for having us. So great to see you today.
Linda, can you tell us all a bit about Sklar Furnishings and paint a little bit of the picture for the people that are watching this video that might not have walked through your showroom?
Absolutely, I'd love to. So Sklar Furnishings began 20 years ago today by Rick and Pat Howard, and they are still going strong in our business. They thought it was very important to bring something to the landscape that was different. And they determined we needed a strong brand with really a hybrid model. So we don't just sell furniture here. We actually curate an experience for each client. My favorite thing to say when people first come in the showroom is, I say, this is only 1% of everything we carry, because everything we do is so custom and can be done just for you.
So for Sklar, tell us a bit about in Florida. Are you on Palm Beach side? Do you service Naples, Miami, anywhere in the U.S.?
So the fact that we're located in Boca Raton is great, because we really service all the way up to Stewart, down to Miami. And we've got a lot of clients now from Naples. That's a hot pocket in Florida. And we have people that come in and say, can you ship our furniture to Montana, to New York, to New Jersey? So we do it all.
Your offerings, when you came on board, you really pivoted the direct-to-consumer side and established a team in-house of uber talented designers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I was going to say, it was just, I was tasked with really kind of, like you said, pivoting where we were going to go in Sklar's future. And, we wanted to grow as a company, and I didn't come from the furniture industry. So I just brought a lot of history of sales and marketing so that I could grow and strengthen the brand.
what you have done is commendable, and your team speaks volumes about you. And so I am going to turn it over to Camilla right now, who's going to give us a little bit of a sneak peek. So for those of you that don't know, Camilla is this uber talented architect and senior designer at Sklar, and the work that she commissions is just exquisite. So Camilla, can you share with everybody a little bit about what you would experience if you walked into Sklar and you were creating something custom through someone's vision?
Of course. So the first step when a client comes into the showroom is that we want to provide them a great experience, first of all, and it's through customization and through giving them exactly what they need, even though they might not know what is it that they need. So that's like 90% of the case when a client comes in. They know they need something, but they don't know what or what size or for which room. They come in like this. So that's when all of our design team comes in and helps the client, and we create their vision. So this drawing, for example, shows a wall unit that was designed specifically for a client, in which every space, every open cabinet or closed cabinet or shelf, and the size, of course, was designed for a specific wall for this client.
Is exquisite.
So we do things that are very, very unique and very specific to the person and their needs.
Do you find that a lot of times they have the vision, Or do you, like you said in the beginning, do you kind of pull it out of them? Because we have another rendering that you did that when I was looking at these images, when I was doing my homework, I couldn't believe the detail. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. This picture of this ottoman is just so precious. Tell us a bit about this and the thought behind it.
Okay, so the previous one was more about measurements, more about the space. This was for a client that had this beautiful vanity. She needed a vanity stool. She wanted something feminine. So that's when we started to look at different fabrics. And I came out with this concept. It was to create a vanity stool that looked like a dress. So I told her, if this were your dress, what skirt would you love to have in this dress? So that's when we started looking at some fashion inspiration, and it all came together, and we created this beautiful stool from scratch, and we designed it for her vanity, and it's actually finished. It looks beautiful, and she loves it. It was made for her.
It's quite impressive, Camilla. Congratulations. I am going to go back to Linda for a bit, because we never really, when we're talking about this side of the business in the showrooms, culture isn't a dialogue that normally comes up. But for you, Linda, you did come from the junior league. So you had said before you had been a variety of places, but something I know you're quite proud of is the Sklar commitment. Can you share that a bit? It's your commitment to your partners, right?
Absolutely. I think really when we look at our commitment, it's our commitment to the community and giving back. And I have junior league background, YMCA board of directors. I mean, I love to give back to this community. And that's actually how I had originally met Rick and Pat. So when I came on board, I knew that they would allow me to continue to do what I love to do and connect with the community. So it's been a wonderful marriage for both Sklar and myself, because that's one of their core values, is giving back. Each month we run all kinds of charity donation. During COVID, we figured out what the community needed and rose up to that occasion. So culture is strong and important here. So.
Well, good vibes certainly inspire good work, because you're seeing some images right now. So I was going to have you walk us through, Linda, a bit of some of the projects that Sklar takes on, right? So you do in-house with your team, but outside, this is a beautiful shot, I believe, right at the Ritz-Carlton?
This is at the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale. We did a penthouse there, and actually our GC designer, Andres, came up with this idea because there was a wall where that wine room is, and he tore that down so you could see the full view. It ended up selling fully furnished and right away. So that was an amazing project for us. We did all of the common areas for the Alina residences here in Boca Raton.
Here we go. Right
here.
Here
we go. That and that is just a magnificent project, and we have buildings 2 and 3 to go, so more to come on the Alina end of things.
Linda, if you wouldn't mind, go back a bit to go forward. So your partnership with Alina, it didn't start this way, right?
Yeah, so originally they had approached us to just work with their clients and become their interior designer of choice. And then during COVID, they approached us and asked us if we would like to do the common areas. And it's funny because it really, we didn't have anyone here. So I took that project on myself and worked closely with Garcia and Stromberg and Ila, the developers, and we put together the most phenomenal common areas.
So we've covered off on the fact that you guys have an amazing consumer experience when they come through the doors of Sklar and they're welcomed into your family. We've also talked a bit about from a commercial standpoint, clearly you guys are nailing it on that front. Congratulations. I know there are 2 other initiatives that are super important to you, Linda, that I'd love for you to share with our viewers.
Yeah, so we work with real estate agents to help them provide gift cards to their new homeowners. And that's a wonderful program because, as we know, homes are being built, they're modern and contemporary, and that's right what we are. So that's been a wonderful partnership for us. And then we also work with outside designers. So we welcome them into our 22,000 square foot showroom, and we say utilize it as if it's yours. They can leverage our team as much or as little as they want. And
really? They can cross over. They can use your showroom as a platform and then work with your team as well.
Absolutely. We have support through people like Camila, our senior designer, to help them create what they need to be able to sell to their clients. So we really offer full service in our partnership to designers. I think it's special and it's different. We're happy to share everything we have. And, we welcome designers with open arms. It's really fun to have them here.
Well, I love that. I thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
So for our next segment, we're heading to Naples to speak with a gentleman that trusts. In the next few years, he won't need an introduction as he makes his way through Florida and around the US. Wilfredo Emanuel is an award-winning architectural interior designer based in Naples. He has spent the last 30 years of his design career educating himself on current trends, establishing industry and client relationships, and creating outstanding interior design across the world. Wilfredo, so thrilled that you're joining us today.
Hola, hello guys. Very excited to be here today. It's good to wake up and have all these productions for you. I love it.
While you're based in Naples, your work crosses across the coast to Palm Beach, around the US. Tell us what your process for designing is, Wilfredo.
Well, my process when I have any design, because I have a little background of architecture. So what I do is get into what is the dream of my client? What is what I intend to have as a product, as a final product? And during that process with my client, with the architect. So we create the beautiful base. The way that I do, it's basically I saw the plans and I kind of build the walls in my imagination and try to walk through the house and be building the design, the details, the illumination, the ceiling, the floor, because all that is part of my job. And then we create what I call the third layer to make that prestige and final product that we all see on my projects.
Amazing. So we know that clients always interview their designers. Someone such as yourself, do you interview your clients?
Mostly of the time, yes. For me, it's important to listen the client and see what they doing, how they wake up in the morning, where they go, where they sit to take the coffee, what they do in the afternoon, they go to the gym. So it's important to drive flow of the house or whatever area are doing and be according what their lifestyle, because at the end of the day, I am doing the dream for them and it's the one that they're going to live in it. So that's important for me, actually, yes.
I love that you keep saying that you want to create the dreams for them, because that's everything that you do, right? You want to make their dreams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for the viewers who can see, Wilfredo, you are certainly a vision of style and creativity. I mean, wow. Can you share where you find inspiration when you're commissioned for a project?
I do. I think that what take me out of, probably the group is that I always advocate for the design, for the clients, and I'm very involved in every single detail. I kind of oppose myself and see all the legending on the room. How are we going to look? How are we going to see when I stop here? What are you going to see? And that in the flow and in the full interior design is important.
Such a talent that you have. So for you, when you source, I have to believe that you have, just like I collect shoes and handbags, I have to believe that you have an amazing archive of stuff that you've collected throughout your travels. Do you use those collector's pieces on your clients' homes?
Absolutely. Some of them are lovely for me, and my clients come to be my friends because we have a long-term relation. We start from digging, the house until it's finished, and I always do from the mailbox to the back of the pool, and so we create a kind of a relationship during certain time, a year, whatever. So they come to my house and they see, and they come to my office, and absolutely, why not? My projects are my babies. If part of me or part of that I bring from my trips or somewhere that I love, a piece that I love, it can be there forever. And my presence, I love that. Absolutely.
The conversation came up that you've been commissioned by a number of charities to design tablescapes for their galas. What an
Correct.
honor, Wilfredo. Can you share a bit more about this?
Oh my God. We all that I do it regularly actually for my clients, for events that they have. I prepare the tables. We do a lot of, staging for photo shoots and stuff like that. And when this charity called me to get my art in their scenario, for me it was a pleasure and it was an honor because you bring in yourself and to give to someone that little thing that you have as a gift from God, you are helping someone else, and for me can be more amazing and definitely grateful.
So what I left out of your intro, which is kind of my favorite segue right now, is that reality TV star can now be added to your bio. You had an incredible opportunity, Wilfredo, to participate in Table Wars, which aired in November on HDTV. And so for our guests that aren't as familiar with this show, it's an extreme tabletop special design competition, 8 contestants, and Martha Stewart was one of the headline judges. Wilfredo, how did they approach you? How did you hear it? Tell me everything.
Well, back to the charities. I did a fabulous table for Naples Tables, which is for the League Club that they do a lot of kids charities. They put the money where, all those kids need. And for me, it was an honor. It happened that they was, I guess, pitching for tablescaping, and they found one that we post in Instagram. It was an amazing experience.
What an honor. So am I correct in saying that there were 6 episodes and you made it through 4?
Yes.
And I believe right now where you're positioned, you're in front of one of your inspirations from the show, right?
I made it to 5.
Oh, forgive me. You made it through 5. Even better. Bravo. So you're sitting right now in front of one of your inspirations, right? Tell us about it.
Well, I call my redemption table, and I don't want to say much so you don't get the thing. But in one of the challenge, I use red as an inspiration for the challenge because that's how my culture is. And it was Christmas, and in Puerto Rico we don't have winter wonderland. So our winterland is red, is vibrant, is party, it's elegance. And I kind of did my table for having my guests, my friends at the house in a black tie party. And I have the idea, say, okay, let me do the redemption of the table, kind of. And that's why we are here right now on the back. So I'm very proud of it.
It's really, really stunning. It's such a piece of
Oh,
art.
this whole thing.
It's the whole thing. So with your magnetic personality, right? We talk a lot about how you're branding yourself. Wilfredo Emanuel is a brand. You've got to think about your own design show or something of that sort. What would that look like to you, Wilfredo?
It's very interesting because I ask that question a lot, and I say, well, I want to do something different. I think that people need to know how amazing it is to don't have limits, like think out of the box, how that basic thought that you create as a dream and say, well, maybe the people don't like it. But you know what? It's been working. It's the people like something different. I think in the era that we are, in the moment that we are, after all this happening on the world, we need to concentrate in give to the people who we are. And I think my show will be very dedicated or be out of the box, thinking out of basically the places, the regular that you see, and give that vision or that angle to the people that you can create everything with anything. And that's what I will do.
Since we're at the start of 2022, what I love to do is ask some of our partners, if you had a wish granted this year and you could design a table for any event, Wilfredo, I want you to really think about this. What would it be? You have a choice of 3: the Met Gala, the presidential inauguration, or the Vanity Fair Oscar party.
Absolutely, Met Gala. That's my dream. I think that, and I don't know much because I've never been, and that's my dream come true one day.
I so appreciate you joining us today. I adore you. You are so talented. And like I said in the beginning of the segment, it is no surprise that in the next year, you will not need an introduction, sir, because you will be your brand yourself. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for an amazing opportunity. I'm honored. Every time that I can talk about who I am and my art, or what I can give to the other people, I'm very honored. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.